So, next are the reactions of aldehydes and ketones, which are oxidation and reduction of aldehydes and ketones. Here, firstly, oxidation of aldehydes. Or ketones. Aldehydes, which are further oxidized to have the formation of corresponding carboxylic acids. Aldehydes, these are oxidized by using dilute, or you can say potassium dichromate, sodium dichromate, potassium permanganate in the acidic medium. In the acidic medium, to have the formation of corresponding carboxylic acids. The preferred carboxylic acids have equal number of carbon atoms. For example, acetaldehyde on oxidation by using acidified potassium dichromate, acidified potassium permanganate, acidified sodium dichromate, to have the formation of corresponding ethanoic acid. But when we observe the oxidation reactions of ketones, the ketones oxidation reaction involves the breaking of a bond between carbon and carbon. So these are not easily oxidized, but when we use the strong conditions, when we use the strong acids like chromic acid, alkaline, potassium permanganate, or concentrated nitric acid, these are strongly heated. The ketones, when these are strongly heated, they give us the production of corresponding carboxylic acid. Corresponding carboxylic acids. These are the simple ketones which gives us only one type of carboxylic acid. When we observe the mixed ketone, on a strong, in presence of strong acids, on strongly heated, they give us a mixture of different carboxylic acid. This involves either the breaking of bond between carbon number and going here 1, 2, 3, 4. Either the bond breaking between carbon and this, or the bond breaking between these two. Either this breaking of C1 and C2, we are having the formation of a propanoic acid. Either the breaking of C2 and C3, we are having the formation of corresponding acetic acid. This gives us the mixture of two different carboxylic acids. These are the oxidation reactions of aldehydes and ketones. Next, it is the reduction reaction of aldehydes and ketones. When we observe the reduction reactions of aldehydes and ketones, aldehydes as well as ketones on a reduction, they give us the formation of corresponding saturated hydrocarbon. formation of saturated hydrocarbons, where firstly on reduction we are having two different methods here which are named reactions. First one, it is Clemenson's reduction reaction. Clemenson's reduction reaction, which involves mainly when aldehydes or ketones, or we can say the carbonyl compounds, these are reduced to methylene group on treatment with zinc amalgam and concentrated hydrochloric acid. Carbonyl group on reduction by using zinc amalgam and concentrated hydrochloric acid. This gives us the formation of corresponding methylene group. The carbonyl group is converted into corresponding methylene group. So, for example, propanol, which on reduction by using zinc amalgam and concentrated hydrochloric acid, it gives us the formation of corresponding propane. Formation of propane. Like this, when we reduce a ketone, I am taking here acetone. When we reduce a ketone by using zinc amalgam and hydrochloric acid, concentrated hydrochloric acid, it gives us the formation of corresponding propane. It means on a reduction, these compounds give us the formation of corresponding alkanes, corresponding saturated hydrocarbons. When we observe the second reaction, which one is the Wolff-Kishner reduction reaction, Wolff-Kishner reduction. Aldehydes or ketones on treatment with hydrazine, they give us firstly the formation of hydrogen, which is followed by the heating the reaction with potassium hydroxide or sodium hydroxide in presence of a hot, higher boiling solvent like ethylene glycol to have the formation of corresponding ketone, corresponding hydrocarbons. For example, carbonyl group on a treatment with hydrazine. Hydrazines reaction we study in the reactions of ammonia and its derivatives. NH2, it is considered as Z, NH2Z. It loses a water molecule to have formation of corresponding hydrazone, which further on heating, strongly heating with potassium hydroxide or sodium hydroxide in the presence of corresponding ethylene glycol, which one is a higher boiling point solvent. It gives us the formation of corresponding saturated hydrocarbon with the liberation of nitrogen gas. For example, suppose I am taking here acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde on a treatment with hydrazine loses a water molecule to have the formation of corresponding acetaldehyde hydrazone, which further strongly heated in presence of potassium hydroxide and ethylene glycol to have the formation of corresponding ethane molecule. Formation of ethane molecule. Like this, when we observe the ketone, I am taking here the phenylpropanol, which on treatment with hydrazine loses our molecule to have the formation of corresponding hydrazone, which further heated with the potassium hydroxide in presence of ethylene glycol to have formation of corresponding alkyl benzene. Alkyl benzene means N-propyl benzene. This reaction, the Wolff-Kishner reduction reaction, it is useful for the formation of straight chain alkyl benzenes, which is not possible by the Friedel-Crafts acylation reaction. We are having the formation of those alkyl benzenes which have the presence of a long alkyl group, long chain alkyl group on the aromatic ring, on the benzene ring. So this one is the Wolff-Kishner reduction reaction, which is useful for the formation of a corresponding hydrocarbons from aldehydes as well as ketones. First one it is Cleveland-Sons reduction, second it is Wolff-Kishner reduction reaction. Now, the next reaction, which is electrophilic substitution reactions. As all we know about the presence of hydroxyl group, presence of carbonyl group on aromatic ring. The carbonyl group, it is a strongly electron withdrawing group. It withdraws the electron density from the aromatic ring to have the formation of a corresponding electron deficiency, mainly at ortho and para positions. Mainly at ortho and para positions, which states us that we are having the formation of more electron density at meta position. It means the presence of a carbonyl group, the presence of carbonyl group the presence of a carbonyl group. I am drawing here some structure. This can be shifted here. As it shifted here, it have deficiency. This can be shifted here. Further to balance it has deficiency. This can be shifted here to have the formation of deficiency of electron at ortho and para positions. It means the meta positions, these are electron rich in the comparison of ortho and para positions. So aldehydes or ketones, or we can say the carbon group present in aldehydes or ketones is a meta directing group. It is a deactivating and meta directing group. So when we observe the electrophilic substitution reaction, aromatic electrophilic substitution reactions of aldehydes as well as ketones, we are having the halogenation reaction, we are having the sulfuration reaction, we are having the nitration reaction here, which are useful for the formation of corresponding substituted benzene derivatives. For example, electrophilic substitution reaction. Electrophilic substitution reactions of aldehydes and ketones. I am taking here the benzaldehyde on heating with concentrated nitric acid and concentrated sulfuric acid. We know this solution is known as a mixture of nitric acid and sulfuric acid, is known as a nitrating mixture at about 273 to 283 Kelvin. It means 0 to 10 degrees centigrade. It gives us the formation of corresponding meta-nitro benzaldehyde. methanhydrobenzene. Like this, we are having a sulfonation reaction up to the 373 Kelvin temperature. Sulfuric acids presence. We are having the heating of the corresponding aromatic aldehydes or aromatic ketones to have the formation of corresponding meta-sulfonic acid formation. So, next point, it is involving the chemical properties of carboxylic acids. In the chemical properties of carboxylic acid, we have firstly have to know about the acidic character of the carboxylic acid, which is the formation of carboxylic acid, formation of acidity of carboxylic compounds. The responsible it is the hydroxyl group present in the COOH group. The hydroxyl group present in this group is responsible for the acidic character of the carboxylic acids. As in the aqueous solution, the carboxyl group which have the presence of hydroxyl group, it is in the aqueous solution in the presence of water, it loses a proton as hydrogen goes in the form of proton to have the formation of a corresponding carboxylate ion. This is considered as a conjugate base. This prepared conjugate base, the formation of electron density in the carboxylate ion, is have two equivalent resonance stabilizer structures, which are having the, as we have to move the electron density towards here, which is attracted towards here to have the formation of corresponding electron density at the oxygen atom. These are two, structure 1 and structure 2. These are the resonance structures of each other, which are having equivalent structures. Equivalent with these two are equivalent with each other, and this one is the resonance hybrid, which have the delocalization of negative charge on these two oxygen atoms. So we can say that the carboxylate ion has two equivalent resonance structures which are equivalent to each other. This gives us a good resonance stabilization to the carboxylate ion, which in turn gives acidic character to the carboxylic acids. Next is the influence of electronic effects on acidity of the carboxylic acids. As we observe, all the carboxylic acids are not have the same proteins of acidity constant values. The structure of alkyl group in the carboxylic acid or in the carboxylic acid have illustrate on the acid strength of the carboxylic acids. Influence on the acid strength of the carboxylic acid influences. As we observe the R group, or you can see the alkyl group, these are electron donating groups, R group are electron donating groups. So this can be influence on the carboxylic acids acid strength. How listen carefully. Every and each molecule of the carboxylic acids, the resonating structures, we are having the presence of electron density on this oxygen atom. When we observe the molecule which have the presence of charge, it is considered as a disturbed molecule. To disturb it can be take electron, it can be donate electron for the stabilization of the compounds. As the negative charge, it means the electron density is present on this oxygen atom. Electron density can be donated to someone, but when we have the presence of alkyl group on the carbon, it can electron donating group. Alkyl groups are electron donating group, that groups donate electron towards the carbon of carbonyl group, which in turn increases the disturbance, which increases the instability of the compound. So alkyl group or electron donating groups are those groups which are influence on the stability of the acids. It makes more unstable to the acids. But when we have the presence of electrons, stronger electron withdrawing groups, like halogens, when we observe the presence of halogen on the alpha carbon of carboxylic acid, these are the table, this one is the table of acid strength of various haloacetic acids. As we observe, the presence of iodine instead of hydrogen, the potential of acidity constant value is decreases. The bromine presence it is also decreases. The chlorine it is also decreases. When we observe the presence of all the three hydrogen atoms on the acetic acids alpha carbon, it have the higher potential of acidity constant value. As we observe the acidic strength of the compounds, the acids, stronger acids are those which have the presence of 0 to 1 pKa values, which are considered as strong acids. All acids, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, these have the below than the 1 of their potential acidity constant value. 1 to 5, the 1 to 5 which are considered as weak acids. Those are acids which are having potential of acidity constant value 1 to 5. These are considered as weak acids. Weak acids, and those which have the potential values 5 to 15, between 5 to 15, these are considered as moderate acids. These are considered as weak acids. 1 to 5, these are considered as moderately acids. 5 to 15, these are weak, and above the 15, those compounds which have the potential of acidity constant values more than 15 are considered as the weakest acid. Extremely weak acid. These are considered as extremely weak acid. So generally we consider the carbonic acids in between the 1 to 5. So these are generally considered as the moderately acids, moderate acids, which are not the strong acids, but moderately strong acids. Now, when we observe the tables which are suggested here, as you know about the halogens which are electronegative atoms and exert electron withdrawing inductive effect, which one is known as minus inductive effect. The negatively charged carboxylate ion in the conjugate base of the haloacetic acid gets stabilized by the negative inductive effect. CH2COO, O minus here. The presence of suppose chlorine, the presence of halogen, which withdraws electron towards itself, which helps to stabilize the base. Halocene gets stabilized by the minus inductive effect of halogens, which is responsible to diffuse the negative charge. Which is responsible to diffuse. The charge is diffused here towards the chlorine. That's it is diffused here. It is diffused towards the chlorine, towards the halogen. So this can help to stabilize the corresponding carboxylate ions. Next, when we observe the aromatic characters or the chemical properties of carbonic acids. Acidity of aromatic acids, carbonic acids. As we observe, the benzenic acids is the simplest aromatic acid. Benzenic acid is the simplest aromatic acid. From when we observe towards the potential of acidity constant values, it have the 4.2 value, and when we observe the acetic acid, the strength of the acetic acid it is 4.76 potential of acidity constant. So it means the sp2 hybridized carbon of aromatic ring, the sp2 hybridized carbon of aromatic ring, which is stronger electron withdrawing inductive effect, which stabilizes the conjugate base and increase the acid strength of aromatic acids. This one when we observe towards the table of the compounds which are having substituents, electron withdrawing substituents, more the number of electron withdrawing substituents, less the potential of acidity constant. So we can say the acid strength is increases. When we observe the potential of acidity constant values of chloroacetic acid, when we have the presence of only one chlorine, the potential pKa value is 2.86. When two chlorines are present on alpha carbon, it is 1.26 pKa value. When three chlorines are present on the alpha carbon it is 0.6 pKa value. By observing this table we can say that the acid strength, as we have increased in the number of stronger electron withdrawing group, the acid strength it is goes on increasing as we move from monodi towards the trichloroacetic acids. When we observe the electron withdrawing groups, when we have the presence of stronger electron withdrawing groups on aromatic ring, like the halogens, like the nitro group, like the cyanides, which increases the acidity of the substituted benzoic acids. But when we observe the presence of electron donating groups like methyl group, methyl group, or we can say the alkyl group, presence of alkyl group, presence of alkoxyl group, presence of amino group, which are electron donating groups, which decreases the acidity of the substituted benzoic acids. For example, when we observe towards the para-nitrobenzoic acids, the potential value of pKa value is 3.41, the benzoic acid its pKa value is 4.2, the 4-methyl benzoic acid, or we can say para-methyl benzoic acid, the pKa value is 4.4. It means the electron withdrawing group, the presence of stronger electron withdrawing group and aromatic ring, which in turn it attracts the electrons or attract the electron densities, which stabilizes the carboxylate ion of aromatic ring, aromatic acid. When the electron donating groups present, it donates the electron towards the conjugated system, which in turn decreases the acidity or acid strength of corresponding aromatic carboxylic acids. Next point, it is the laboratory test for carboxylic group. Laboratory test for carboxylic acids, as we observe in the laboratory test for aldehydes and ketones, the Tollens reagent test, the Fehling solution test. Also for the ketones we are having the sodium hydroxide test. Like this, the laboratory test for carboxylic acids or carboxyl group, it is first the litmus paper test. Litmus paper test, or we can directly consider it as litmus test. When we have the aqueous solution of carbonic acids, the carbonic acids gives litmus test, blue litmus paper red. This one is the test for the acidic functional group. The test indicates that when we turn the blue litmus paper to red, it considers or it states us the presence of a carboxylic acid, the presence of acidic group, which is considered as the litmus test. Next, it is the sodium bicarbonate test. Sodium bicarbonate test. Sodium bicarbonate, when sodium bicarbonate, aqueous solution of sodium bicarbonate is added to an organic compound containing carboxyl group, a brisk effervescence of carbon dioxide, brisk effervescence of carbon dioxide gas are prepared there. Compound dissolves in brisk effervescence here to have the formation of or to have the conformation of a carboxyl group. But we don't know how the taste for the water soluble carboxylic acids. But when we have the water insoluble carboxylic acids, that water soluble carboxylic acids on treatment with sodium bicarbonate, it gives us the formation of corresponding carbon monoxide gas and water molecule. Further, the prepared salt of carboxylic acid solution, and it gives the precipitate of a corresponding compound on the acidification with a concentrated hydrochloric acid. It gives us the precipitate, it gives us the purity of the corresponding compounds in the test. This was the laboratory test for the confirmation of carboxylic acid group. The next test, it is ester test. When 1 drop of sulfuric acid, when 1 drop of sulfuric acid is added to an organic compound mixture containing carboxyl group and 1 ml of ethyl alcohol, 1 ml of ethyl alcohol, and when it warms up to 5 minutes, the solution it is heated up to 4 minutes, up to 5 minutes. The warm solution, after warming this hot solution, it is taken in a beaker, it is poured in a beaker, and when we smell it smells like an ester. It has the fruity smell of ester, which confirms the presence of carboxylic acid. We are having the formation of corresponding formation of ester. The fruity smell of ester is found there. This 3 tests, the litmus paper test, the sodium bicarbonate test, and the ester test, these 3 tests are useful for the confirmation or for the identification of carboxyl group in laboratory. So, these are the tests which are suggested for the confirmation of carboxylic acid.